Welcome to Farm Connections with your host, Dan Hoffman.
Joining us on Farm Connections today is Brian Aherns, who farms in the Claremont-Owatonna area. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you, Dan.
Well, thanks for letting us come to your farm. In back of us is a wonderful field of sweet green peas. How long have you been farming?
I farm in partnership with my two brothers, and we started farming in the partnership originally with my father in 1976.
So a while.
Yes, almost 40 years.
And the partnership is still alive and well.
Yes.
So when you raise sweet green peas, there must be some reason you do this other than you like peas. Why do you do this?
Well, we do it for agronomic as well as economic reasons. Economically, you don't have the expense you have with soybeans or corn because the seed is paid for. You don't have any harvesting costs. The canning company, Lakeside, harvests it for us. So you save on fuel, no drying costs. So you might not gross as much as corn and soybeans, but you won't have much expenses either.
So in the fall, instead of harvesting this like your corn and soybeans, it's actually done in July.
Yes.
So tell us how this starts. I mean, do you all of a sudden wake up one day in May and say, I'm going to plant peas, or does it start long, long before that?
Well, peas are, we treat peas, it's not just a sideline crop, it's still part of our main crop. Although we don't grow as many acres, you have to watch rotation for peas. Typically they say 4 years, but we prefer 10 to 15 years of not going back to peas to break the disease cycle and stuff like that. So in our head, we're planning a year or two ahead where we think we're going to go with peas.
And possibly one advantage is peas are a legume and it fixes some nitrogen for you?
Yes, that's one of the agronomic reasons we do it. It breaks typically we're 2 years corn and a year of soybeans, or else corn and soybean rotation. And by putting peas in there, we break a cycle of that. So instead of soybeans coming back to a field, you'll have, instead of 2 years, it could be 4 or 5 years. And you'll notice the yield increase, soybeans coming after peas.
Is there any crop insurance in case of failure?
Yes, there is. It's just like your other crops. You have an APH, you have a yield history, and it bases off of that.
Brian, you mentioned APH. What does that stand for?
Actual production history. It's a history of the yield in the crop over time to give the insurance company a benchmark yield that they'll base your if you have a loss off of that.
Well, sounds fair. That way they won't underpay, hopefully, and they probably feel like they won't overpay.
Correct.
And it keeps you in production or cash flow so that you can come back and
Correct.
be farming another year.
Yes.
Which we want, because I get hungry.
Yeah.
And thinking about peas, there's 8 or more grams of protein per cup. How do you feel about growing something that's healthy?
Well, like I said, you can't beat peas out of a garden. It's just that this is a larger garden.
A big garden.
A big garden.
How far away do the trucks go to deliver the peas?
Well, from this field, it'd be about a 15-mile trip. But I'm sure, I know some of their fields, they probably go 50, 60 miles.
I'm guessing they want it spread out too to risk
Yes,
management.
their crop, yep. Rains, scattered rains, hail, or just to spread their risk out also.
So this growing season or fall, you'll do a soil test for maybe next year's growing season?
Yes, typically every 4 to 5 years we will grid sample a whole field and get the nutrients, put them in the right place so we're not overspending or over applying any fertilizer.
Mostly phosphorus, potassium, and pH?
Nitrogen. pH has become a big thing for us. We've been liming pretty heavily for 15 years now. And so for peas, you want your pH at an optimum level. So all our fields are on a lime rotation.
Boy, there's a lot to think about.
Yes.
Well, again, it's a beautiful stand, and thank you for helping feed us.
Thank you.